Shalom, everybody. Shalom, everyone. This is your boy, your friend, your brother, Frenchie, the West African Yasharal. So today's topic, lesson, and investigation is going to be about Passover. So can we keep Passover outside of Jerusalem? Yeah, so we're going to dig into the scriptures and see what it says. Yeah, one thing I want to say, I know we are waking up, yeah, in these last days. The Most High pouring the Spirit upon His people all around the world. Yeah, it revealed the true identity of the children of Israel, which is the so-called Negroes. Yeah, all around the world. Yeah, and that's great. Also, it's great people want to come back to the culture because some of us have lost a lot of it. I understand it. But your culture is also commandments. Yeah. So if you're told to not do something, yeah, or to do something, you got to do as it says, right? Okay. We all claim to respect Torah. We all claim that we want to do the will of the Most High and all that stuff. And we know that the reason why we've been scattered throughout the world in captivity and slavery and all that is because we disobeyed Torah. So it's problematic. If Scripture says you got to do the Passover and all this feast, yeah, you can do it anywhere, yeah, and I'm saying to you, no, you can't do it anywhere, this is problematic. But if Scripture says that you cannot do it anywhere, yeah, and I'm saying to you that no, you can do it anywhere, it is also problematic. So who's supposed to have the last words? The scriptures, right? Let Elohim be true and let every man be a liar, right? Okay. So now what I'm going to do, we're going to dive into the scriptures and see what it says. Stay tuned with me, please. Yeah? All right. Stay tuned with me. Yeah. So we're going to go to 1 Samuel. Just first, I just want to give you some little scriptures to understand, to give us more, what am I doing? Yeah, and the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. Yeah, so we want 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 22 through 23. And we read, "And Samuel said, Hath Yahuwah has great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifice, as in obeying the voice of Yahuwah?" Yeah? Do you understand that? Keep going. "Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams." So it's better to obey the commandments of the Most High than to do a sacrifice. Yeah? Let's keep it moving. "For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft." What is rebellion? Not listening to. Do you understand that? Okay. "And stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry." So it's like stubbornness is like you worshiping another God, basically. "Because thou hast rejected the word of Yahuwah, he has also rejected thee from being a king." So this is talking to Saul specifically. But if we're doing the same thing as Saul, not being rebellious and not listening to the Most High, we're being rejected as well. Yeah? That's why we are scattered around the world in captivity. Yeah? All right. So let me show you another scriptures I will get from the Apocrypha. Yeah. And that's Ecclesiasticus chapter 19. Yeah. Ecclesiasticus chapter 19. And we want verse 24. And we read, "He that hath small understanding and fear of Elohim is better than one that hath much wisdom and transgresseth the law of the Most High." So once again, the Most High wants you to obey. He don't care if you know everything or whatever, if you know the Bible from back to front. He just wants you to keep his commandments. This is showing love to the Most High. Yeah? So you can have small understanding, not knowing the whole scriptures and all that. But if you fear the Most High, you keep his law basically. Yeah? It's better than somebody that knows the whole Bible and doesn't even know how to keep his commandments. That's the reason why I'm doing this video and showing you, about this Passover thing. So you can shoot the messenger, but not the message. Let's keep it moving. Yeah, so we're gonna start with Exodus. Yeah, Exodus chapter 12. So Exodus chapter 12. Yeah. Verse 3 through 6. So Exodus chapter 12, verse 3 through 6. And we read, because people say, yeah, but the Israelites did the Passover outside of Jerusalem when they were in the wilderness. Let's see what it says. Yeah. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th day of this month, they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next to his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats, and ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. So if you want to know what's happening here, yes, they did keep the feast of Passover outside of Jerusalem, or when they were in the wilderness. But that's that one time. Let's keep it going. Yeah. Let's go to Numbers with the precept. Because remember, precept upon precept. I'm not jumping everywhere and quoting stuff and talking precept upon precept. Yeah, so Numbers chapter 9 verse 10. Numbers chapter 9 verse 5. Yeah. So Numbers chapter 9 verse 5. My bad. Numbers chapter 9 verse 5. And we read, and they kept the Passover on the 14th day of the first month at evening in the wilderness of Sinai, according to all that Yahuwah commanded Moses, so did the children of Israel. But my question is, were they in the land at this time? No, they were not in the land. There are specific commandments that the Most High gave for the land. Yeah. And the law wasn't very established at the time when they were in Sinai. Yeah. But let me prove what I'm saying. You're going to understand. I'm going to elaborate. Yeah. I'm going to elaborate. Yeah. Let's see why Sinai as well. Yeah. So let's go to Psalms chapter 68. So Psalms. Yep, Psalms chapter 68. Yeah. And we want verse 17 to start. So Psalm 68 verse 17 to start. Yeah. And let's read. The chariots of Elohim are 20,000, even thousands of angels. Yahuwah is among them as in Sinai in the holy place. So that's why they could have kept the Passover up there. Yeah, because it's a holy place. But I don't mean that in every holy place you can keep Passover, because according to the law, that's not what it says. Yeah, so I'm just showing you. Yeah, I'm just showing you, just slowly but surely, and you're gonna understand. Yeah. Let's read also verse 29 now. Here we go. Verse 29. So still in Psalms chapter 68, and now we want verse 29. Because of thy temple at Jerusalem shall king bring presents unto thee. Let's jump to verse 35. Yeah, so Psalms chapter 68, verse 35. O Elohim, thou art terrible out of thy holy places. Because you just read Jerusalem and Mount Sinai. The Elohim of Israel is he that giveth strength and power unto his people. Blessed be Elohim. So you understand now that there are only holy places. This is not everywhere that you're going to keep Passover. Yeah. But I'm going to elaborate when it comes to the Passover exactly. What the law says. Yeah. So let's go back to Numbers. Yeah. Let's go back to Numbers. Numbers. Yeah. When you deep into the scriptures, yeah, you understand more stuff. This is why we are to study. Yeah. Study. I always gonna say that in my videos, because people just watch YouTube and get some next kind of understanding, some twisted understanding, because they're stuck up on YouTube, when you can get a lot of tools to just study by yourself, not only rely on YouTube people. Yeah. So we want Numbers chapter 9, and we want verse 10 through 12. Yeah. Let's see. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if any man of you or your posterity shall be unclean by reason of dead body, or be in a journey afar off, yet he shall keep the Passover unto Yahweh. So you will be unclean, or a journey afar off, yet you shall keep the Passover of Yahweh. Let's keep moving. The 14th day of the second month at evening shall he keep it, and eat with unleavened bread and bitter herbs. They shall leave none of it until the morning, nor break any bone of it, according to all the ordinance that ordinance of the Passover, they shall keep it. So there are ordinances, of the Passover that they shall keep. Where are the ordinances of Passover? Yeah. Because if this is your understanding that you can do Passover anywhere, because it says, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if any man of you or your posterity shall be unclean by reason of a dead body, or be in a journey afar, yet he shall keep the Passover. If this means to you that you can keep it anywhere, you need to explain this to me, because there are ordinances for the Passover. They shall keep it. So now let's see where are these ordinances for the Passover, right? So we want Deuteronomy. Yeah, we want Deuteronomy chapter 12. Yeah, chapter 12. This is the law. I'm in the law right now. Yeah, judge me according to the law, right? So we want Deuteronomy again, chapter 12. Yeah, and we want verse 5 through 14. So Deuteronomy chapter 12, verse 5 through 14. Let's read. But unto the place which Yahweh your Elohim shall choose out of all your tribes to put his name there. Yeah, it's a place. A place, not a person, but a place. Yeah? Okay. Put his name there. Even unto his inhabitation shall ye seek, and thither thou shalt come. And thither ye shall bring your burnt offerings, yeah, and your sacrifices, and your tithes. And let's keep it moving. Your heave offerings of your hands, and your vows, and your freewill offering, and the firstlings of your herds and your flocks. And there you shall eat before Yahuwah. So there is that place, yeah, before Yahuwah your Elohim, and ye shall rejoice in all that ye put your hands unto, ye and your household, wherein Yahuwah your Elohim hath blessed thee. Ye shall not do after all the things that we do here this day. Every man whatsoever is right in his own eyes. I'm going to read it again. Ye shall not do after all the things that we do here this day. Every man whatsoever is right in his own eyes. So you're not going to do whatever you want because you think it's okay. Yeah? You got to do it according to the ordinances, right? Okay, let's keep it moving. For ye are not as yet come to rest in the inheritance which Yahuwah your Elohim giveth you. What is your inheritance? Let's keep it moving. But when ye go over Jordan and dwell in the land which Yahuwah your Elohim giveth you to inherit, that's your inheritance, the land. Yeah? And when he giveth you rest for all your enemies round about, so that ye dwell in safety. Yeah? Then there shall be a place which Yahuwah your Elohim shall choose to cause his name to dwell there. It's a place. It's not a person. It's a place. Yeah? Thither shall ye bring all that I command you, your burnt offerings and your sacrifices, your tithes. Yeah? And the heave offering of your hands and all your choice vows, which ye vow unto Yahuwah. Yeah? Let's keep it moving. And ye shall rejoice before Yahuwah your Elohim, ye and your sons and your daughters, and your manservants and your maidservants, and the Levites that is within your gate, for as much as he has no part nor inheritance with you. Take heed to yourself that thou offer not thy burnt offering, offerings in every places that thou seest, but in the place which Yahuwah shall choose in one of thy tribes, there this place again and again and again. It's a place. There thou shalt offer thy burnt offering, and there thou shalt do all that I command you. So that place, that mysterious place, yeah? Remember, the Passover is a sacrifice. This is the whole purpose of the Passover. Whether you believe in the New Testament, you know what I'm saying, and everything, but it's still a sacrifice. This is the whole purpose of the Passover. When they took the blood and put it on the doors when they were in Mizraim or Egypt, this was the purpose, the sacrifice. They took the blood of the lamb and put it on their doors, right? You know the history of Exodus and the plagues and everything. Yeah? This is the purpose, a sacrifice. So now you're told in Deuteronomy that you can't do sacrifices anywhere. Yeah? I shall read it again. Take heed to thyself that thou offer not thy burnt offering, because it is a burnt offering, Passover, in every place that thou seest. Yeah? But in the place which Yahuwah, so it's not me, it's not you, it's Yahuwah, shall choose in one of thy tribes. There thou shalt offer thy burnt offerings, and there thou shalt do all that I command thee. Understand that? So that place, that mysterious place that they kept repeating, or that Moses kept repeating. We need to know where it at. But we need more precept, because we can't just run with one thing. Precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. So Deuteronomy chapter 16. Chapter 16. Deuteronomy chapter 16. So Deuteronomy chapter 16, and we want verse 1 through 2. Let's read. Observe the month of Abib and keep the Passover unto Yahuwah your Elohim. For in the month of Abib, Yahuwah your Elohim brought thee forth out of Egypt by night. Thou shalt therefore sacrifice the Passover unto Yahuwah your Elohim of the flocks in the herd in the place, that mysterious place again, which Yahuwah shall choose to place his name there. So this Passover, you were told that you have to sacrifice it in the place that Yahuwah shall choose. It's a place. Again, a place. Where is that at? It's a place. This is Deuteronomy. That's the law right now. We're reading the law. Let's jump down to verse 16 now. Jump down to verse 16. Let's read. So Deuteronomy chapter 16, verse 16. And let's read. 3 times in a year shall all thy males appear before Yahuwah your Elohim in the place which he shall choose. So once again, it's like 6 times, 10 times now, that the Most High keeps saying a place that he shall choose. Keep it moving. In the feast of unleavened bread, and the feast of weeks, and in the feast of tabernacles, and they shall not appear before Yahuwah empty. So once again, where is that place that you got to do all these feasts? And for you you rocket scientists, is Shabbat mentioned in here? Shabbat is not mentioned in here. Once again, 3 times in a year shall all thy men appear before Yahuwah your Elohim in the place which you shall choose, in the feast of unleavened bread, in the feast of weeks, in the feast of tabernacles, and they shall not appear before Yahuwah empty. Shabbat is not mentioned in that verse. So do not use Shabbat and say, oh, but Shabbat, we can keep Shabbat anywhere, so why can we not keep the feast anywhere? Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. So, I'm going to get it from another book. And we want the book of Jubilees. The book of Jubilees. The book of Jubilees, because it speaks of Passover too, right? Chapter 49. Chapter 49. Book of Jubilees, chapter 49. We want verse 14 to start. Let's read. For this reason, Yahuwah commanded the children of Yisrael to observe the Pesach, on the day of its fixed time, and they shall not break a bone thereof, for it is a feast day, and a day commanded, and there may be no passing over from day to days, and month to month, but on the day of its feast, let it be observed. So you're not doing it every day or every month and all that. That's what it's saying right there. Right? So let's keep it moving. We want verse 18. Let's jump down a little bit because it'd be too long if you read the whole thing. I'm just trying to make y'all understand the point. You can go over these verses again. If you want to. We read verse 18. So we in Jubilees chapter 49. Verse 18 now. And when the children of Israel come unto the land which they are to possess. So remember, oh, they kept it in the wilderness Sinai. But look now. And when the children of Israel come into the land which they are to possess, into the land of Canaan, and set up the tabernacle of Yahuwah in the midst of the land, in one of their tribes, remember that place, yeah, that you shall choose among your tribes, yeah, until the sanctuary of Yahuwah has been built in the land. Let them come and celebrate the Pesach, yeah, the Passover, yeah, in the midst of the tabernacle of Yahuwah, and let them slay it before Yahuwah from year to year. Yeah? Yeah? So at that place again, you got to do Passover is that place. When you go into the land, you got to make up in place. So forget about they did it in Mount Sinai. When they go into the land, that's when they got to make up, the Most High need to choose a place, yeah, where his name gonna dwell. In that place, you can do the Passover there. Yeah? Let's keep it moving. 19. And in the days when the house has been built in the name of Yahuwah in the land of their inheritance, yeah, which is Israel or Jerusalem, they shall go there and slay the Pesach in the evening, or the Passover, in the evening at sunset, at the third part of the day. Let's read verse 21 now. Let's read verse 21. And they may not celebrate the Passover, the Pesach, if you want, in their cities. Understand? Nor in any place save before the tabernacle of Yahuwah, or before his house where his name has dwelt. And they shall not go astray from Yahuwah. So understand, this is not everywhere you got to do it. Yeah? You may not celebrate the Passover in their cities because they got to go in the place. They got to go in that place. Just right there, they got to go in that place. Yeah? Come to celebrate Pesach in the midst of the tabernacle of Yahuwah. Yeah, that's in the land when the Most High to choose a place from his tribe. Yeah? Okay, you follow me so far. Yeah? So you're not to do it anywhere you want. Right? From now, we know that you're not to do the Passover anywhere you want. Yeah? But I'm not finished. I'm not finished. So let's read Deuteronomy chapter 16. Yeah? Verse 5. So you get more understanding. You know they got to do it in that place, this Passover or this feast. They have to be done at that place. Right? Let's read. Thou mayest not sacrifice the Passover within any of thy gates, which Yahuwah your Elohim giveth thee. That's a precept to what I just read here in the book of Jubilee. Yeah? And they may not celebrate Passover in their cities. So it's not anywhere. It's not anywhere. It's clear. Yeah? It's not anywhere. But somehow people got a lot of mouth and want to say, oh my gosh, but you can't do it. Yeah, but they say it's to keep it for generation to generation. You're told to keep it in the place that Yahuwah had chosen. And you're told to not keep it anywhere. That's what you were told. Yeah? So my question is that, where is that place? It's time to know where is this mysterious place that they kept talking about throughout the scriptures. We need to know where it is. So I just want to get it from everywhere so you get understanding from everywhere. And they all say the same thing. In the Apocrypha, which was a part of the Bible, and it's still a part of the Bible, yeah? In the normal Bible that we got today, 66 books. In the Sefer, yeah? In the book of Jubilee, they're all saying the same. There's a specific place you got to do the Passover. So let's read Tobit Yeah. Let's read Tobit chapter. Chapter 1, my bad, verse 6. Yeah. So Tobit chapter 1, verse 6, and read. But I alone went often to Jerusalem at the feasts, as it was ordained unto all the people of Israel by an everlasting decree. Yeah, everlasting decree. Yeah, yeah, okay. Having the first fruit and the tenth of increases with that which was the first shorn, and them gave I at the altar to the priest, the children of Aaron. Yeah. So once again, the focus point is Jerusalem. So it seems that this place is Jerusalem. Yeah. But let's get some more precept on that, because I know we got some knuckleheads that don't want to listen to Most High. I'm not sorry to call you knuckleheads. Yeah. If you understand what I'm doing now, you understand. If you don't understand, I can't help you. But this is what the scripture says, right? So, you want to know where this mysterious place is. So far, it seems like it is Jerusalem, right? So far, it seems like it is Jerusalem. But we want a precept to make sure that it is Jerusalem. So let's see. Remember the Most High said that chosen place, that I put my name there. He said it many times, right? You're told to not do the Passover anywhere or everywhere that you think it's okay to do it. This is what you were told. We just read that. I'm not tripping. So let's keep it moving. Yeah, we want to 2 Chronicles chapter 6. Verse 6. So 2 Chronicles chapter 6, verse 6. Yeah, 2 Chronicles chapter 2 Chronicles chapter 6, verse 6. And we read. But I have chosen Jerusalem, that my name might be there, and I have chosen David to be over my people Israel. So this place is Jerusalem, right? It's not a person, but a place. The Most High has chosen Jerusalem, that his name might be there. Yeah? So all this time they've been saying that place. You're supposed to understand that this place is Jerusalem. Because even Tobit said 3 times, yeah, very often he had to go to Jerusalem to keep the feast. This is what Tobit says, right? So now you're told that the chosen place is Jerusalem. So you understand now that to keep the feast of Passover, of unleavened bread, and Feast of Tabernacles, Feast of First Weeks and stuff, this is at that chosen place, which is Jerusalem. Yeah? But let's keep it moving. Yeah? Let's keep it moving. We want to First Kings, chapter 11, verse 32. So 1 Kings chapter 11 verse 32. Let's read. But he shall have one tribe for my servant David's sake, and for Jerusalem's sake, the city, so it's a place, yeah, it's a place, which I have chosen, yeah, once again, out of all the tribe of Israel. So it's a precept of what we just read. Yeah? a precept. So you understand now that this is about Jerusalem. Yeah? I'm doing this to help y'all. If y'all don't like the way I sound, it is fine. But I'm doing this to help y'all. So if you don't understand that I'm trying to help y'all, it is fine. But it's what the scripture says. I don't understand why people want to argue about what the scripture says. Yeah? Alright. Shoot the messenger. Shoot the messenger. Now that we know that this chosen place is Jerusalem, we know that for sure now. Yeah? And that's the place that they're supposed to go to keep the Passover and all the feasts. So now let's check in the scriptures of people did according to the ordinance of the Most High. Right? Okay, so we want 2 Chronicles chapter 30 verse 1. Yeah? Through 15. So 2 Chronicles chapter 30 verse 1 through 15. And let's read. And Hezekiah sent to all Israel and Judah, and wrote letters also to Ephraim and Manasseh, that they should come to the house of Yahuwah at Jerusalem to keep the Passover unto Yahuwah your Elohim, unto Yahuwah Elohim of Israel. So clearly, they had to go to Jerusalem because these people, Ephraim and Manasseh, they had their own territories. They were not in Jerusalem. So they had to go to Jerusalem to keep the Passover. But let's keep it moving. Yeah. For the king had taken counsel and his princes and all the congregation in Jerusalem to keep the Passover in the second month. So once again, Jerusalem. They had to go to Jerusalem. It's a place. Yeah. For they could not keep it at that time because the priests had not sanctified themselves sufficiently. Neither had the people gathered themselves together to Jerusalem. So they couldn't even do it if people didn't even gather themselves up there. Do you understand? Let's keep it moving. And the things pleased the king and all the congregation. So they established the decree to make proclamation throughout all Israel from Beersheba even to Dan, that they should keep the Passover unto Yahuwah Elohim of Israel at Jerusalem, for they had not done it of a long time in such sort as it was written. So they had to keep it the Passover as it was written. Yeah, we want to keep the law, right? Let's keep it moving. So the post went with the letters from the king and his princes throughout all Israel and Judah, and according to the commandments of the king, saying, Ye children of Israel, turn again unto Yahuwah of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, which is Jacob, and he will return to the remnant of you that are escaped out of the hand of the king of Assyria. Yeah? And be not ye like your fathers and like your brethren, which trespassed against Yahuwah Elohim of their fathers, who therefore gave them up to desolation, as ye see. Now be ye not stiff-necked, as your father were, but yield yourselves unto Yahuwah, and enter his sanctuary, which he has sanctified forever, and serve Yahuwah your Elohim, that the fierceness of his wrath may turn away from you. Let's keep it moving. We want to get the history here, so we understand now that there's a letter written, and then the Israelites have to go to Jerusalem to keep the Passover because they have not done it so for a long time. They were bathed in sin, basically. For if you turn again unto Yahuwah, your brethren and your children shall find compassion before them that led them captive, so that they shall come again into his land. For Yahuwah your Elohim is gracious and merciful, and he will not turn away his face from you if ye return unto him. So going to Jerusalem and keep the Passover is a commandment. Do you understand that? It's a good thing to do. Yeah? So the post passed from the city to city through the countries of Ephraim and Manasseh, even unto Zebulun, but they laughed them to scorn and mocked them. Nevertheless, divers of Asher and Manasseh and Zebulun humbled themselves and came to Jerusalem. Yeah? Also in Judah, the hand of Elohim was to give them one heart to the commandments of the king and the princes by the word of Yahuwah. And the assembly at Jerusalem, much people to keep the feast of unleavened bread in the second month, a very great congregation. And they arose and took away the altar that were in Jerusalem, and all the altar for incense took they away, and cast them into the brook of Kidron. So this thing is talking about the altar for negative gods, for false gods, but let's keep it moving. Then they killed the Passover on the 14th day of the second month, and the priests and the Levites were ashamed and sanctified themselves and brought in the burnt offerings into the house of Yahuwah. So clearly, you got to go there. I read the whole story to make you to give you a good understanding that these events, these Passover, this feast, and all the other feasts, that have been mentioned in Deuteronomy chapter 16, verse 16, so Feast of Tabernacles, unleavened bread, and what's it called again? Feast of Weeks, they're to be kept in Jerusalem, right? Okay, so you understand that now. I'm sure you do understand that. Now, if you want to be stubborn and act like you don't know, it's on you. Let's keep it moving. So we want 2 Chronicles chapter 35 verse 1. 2 Chronicles chapter 35 verse 1. Another example. Moreover, Josiah kept a Passover unto Yahuwah in Jerusalem, and they killed the Passover on the 14th day of the first month. Here you go. Again and again and again and again. It's Jerusalem. But let's get it in the New Testament and see what your sweet Jesus were doing. Because some of you, maybe you Christians and you're watching this, think that you got to do Easter, when Easter is a satanic pagan feast. And I don't even want to waste my time to talk about it. But let's see what your sweet Jesus was doing. So we want Luke chapter 2. We want verse 41 through 43. Luke chapter 2 verse 41 to 43. Now his parents went to Jerusalem every year at the feast of the Passover. Get it? Got it? Keep moving. And when he was 12 years old, they went up to Jerusalem, check this out, after the custom of the feast. So it's a custom now. Do you understand? Something that you got to repeat over and over. The tradition, if you want. After the law, you should say. The law of the feast. Keep it moving. And when they had fulfilled the days, as they returned, you see, so they have to go back now to their houses. So they went there. The child Yahushua tarried behind in Jerusalem, and Joseph and his mother knew not of it. So, once again, the custom was to go to Jerusalem. But let's read Paul that you Christians are love to quote. He don't respect the law. He done away with the law. Because y'all say that Jesus done away with the law. You know what I'm saying? And then Paul as well. Yeah. Let's read in the book of Acts. Yeah. What is Paul has to say about the feast. So we want Acts chapter 18. Verse 21. Acts chapter 18. Verse 21. Right? 18 verse 21. But bade them Pharaoh, saying, I must by all means keep this feast that cometh where? In Jerusalem. But I will return again unto you, if Elohim will. And he sailed from Ephesus. So clearly, even in the New Testament, he was outside of Jerusalem. And he knew to go back to Jerusalem to the point that he sailed to keep the feast. He said, I must by all means keep the feast. Because he knew that's the law of the Most High. So, one shot for your Christians and one shot for you Hebrews that don't even know the law concerning the feasts. Crystal clear now. I don't have to give you more examples. Yeah, we went to all the scriptures, we went to the Apocrypha, we went to the Sefer and everything. Yeah. So what I'd like to say now is that it's not a thing that I'm saying to you that every time it's Passover, oh my gosh, you gotta run away. No. You can acknowledge it. Like a sister, yeah, said when I posted on social media about the Passover that has to be kept in Jerusalem, she said that yes, it's true. Passover is like a memorial dinner because you're not in Jerusalem. It's just a memorial dinner. So you can acknowledge, I mean, if you can find the real day, because there's a lot of controversy about the day of it, but either way, you can do a little dinner with your family or with your friends and everything. You know what I'm saying? Just to acknowledge and pray. And then if you want to read Exodus and whatever. But if you want to do the whole process and everything, unleavened bread and blah, 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 and this and that. No, bro, because that is the costume of the feast. You can't keep the feast outside of Jerusalem. You can't. You've been told several times that mayest not. Several times the Most High says, don't. So if you're respecting the Most High, if you say that you keep the laws of the Most High, when he say don't do it, just don't do it. They don't try to quote scriptures and say, oh, we the temples now. So if in the Most High said when three of us is gathered in my name is, and I be in me stuff in you, blah 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 blah. So you're contradicting the scriptures itself, because the scripture says that you can't do it outside of Jerusalem. And all of a sudden now you quote two scriptures and you say that, oh, you can do it outside of Jerusalem. So what law are you respecting then? But all I'm saying is that I hope I've enlightened you, or the few that will understand, yeah, that they are not to keep the feast outside of Jerusalem. I hope I've enlightened you. Now for you knuckleheads that wants to stay in your pride because you want to prove your point or whatever, yeah, say whatever you want in the comment section or whatever, yeah. But for sure, you don't know scriptures. For sure. Anyone that tells you otherwise that you can keep the Passover outside of Jerusalem is a liar. It's not true. or this is not what is written in my book. And go check the Hebrews as well. This is not what is written. Anyone that tells you that, no, you can't keep it, you cannot keep it outside of Jerusalem, is telling you the truth. And he cares about you keeping the commandments of the Most High. Because it's in the book of the law that you should not keep it outside of Jerusalem. Basically, it's a commandment to not keep the feast outside of Jerusalem. So, I hope I've helped a lot of y'all. Yeah. I hope I get your understanding. And once again, shalom to all Israel. Shalom.